In the stillness of the night, when the world around you is asleep, do you ever feel like you're not alone? Our topic today is one that has fascinated and terrified humankind for centuries: ghost sightings. Ghosts, as the lore goes, are spirits of the deceased who, for some reason or another, have remained tethered to the mortal world. Different cultures have different beliefs surrounding these spectral entities. Some see them as benevolent, others as malevolent. Some don't believe in them at all. Nevertheless, there are countless accounts of ghost sightings from all over the world. Today we will be discussing 10 such sightings. These aren't just any ghost stories, they're real-life accounts, some of which have been thoroughly investigated and documented. From the notorious Bell Witch to the haunted halls of the Stanley Hotel, we will take you on a chilling journey through the inexplicable. Prepare yourself, for we are about to delve into the mysteries of the paranormal. Our first tale takes us back to the early 1800s, in Adams, Tennessee. Here we encounter the chilling tale of the Bell Witch, an entity that tormented the Bell family for years. This malevolent spirit was known to physically and psychologically torment the family, throwing objects, making eerie sounds, and even attacking John Bell, the family patriarch, and his daughter Betsy. The witch was not just a silent specter. She was known to interact with the family, even going so far as to hold intelligent conversations and sing hymns. Can you imagine the sheer terror of sharing your home with an unseen entity, capable of such gruesome acts? The Bell Witch made their home a living nightmare, rendering the simple act of sleeping a fearful anticipation of the night's horrors. The Bell Witch's reign of terror lasted for 4 long years, from 1817 to 1821, leaving an indelible mark on the family and the town. A story that continues to haunt the town of Adams, even today. Next, we journey to Amityville, New York, a town forever marked by a horrifying event. In the heart of this quiet suburb, a chilling saga unfolded that sent shivers down the spine of the nation. The Amityville Horror, as it came to be known, began with a gruesome tragedy. The DeFeo family, 6 members strong, were brutally murdered in the dead of night, the culprit being none other than their own kin, Ronald DeFeo Jr. But this was just the beginning. The Lutz family, who moved into the house a year later, reported terrifying paranormal activities. They claimed to see apparitions, hear strange noises, and even levitated in their sleep. The family was so terrified, they fled the house after just 28 days, leaving their belongings behind. The chilling tales of the Amityville Horror have persisted, gripping the public's imagination. A tale that has inspired countless books and movies over the years. As we travel across the globe, the sightings grow in number and intensity. Our journey takes us next to a nondescript house in North London, where the infamous Enfield poltergeist made its presence known. In the late 70s, a single mother and her 4 children claimed to be tormented by an unseen entity. Furniture moved of its own accord, toys flew across rooms, and disembodied voices filled the air. The most chilling account, perhaps, is that of the 2 young sisters who were repeatedly levitated above their beds. A tale of terror that sent shivers down the spine of even the most hardened skeptic. We then crossed the Atlantic to the majestic Rockies in Colorado, where the Stanley Hotel stands as a grand testament to the supernatural. This place served as inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining, after his stay in room 217, where he reportedly encountered a ghostly presence. Over the years, guests and staff alike have reported eerie laughter, spectral figures, and objects moving inexplicably. It's as if the hotel's past guests never checked out, forever wandering its halls. Down south, nestled among the ancient oaks of Louisiana, lies the Myrtles Plantation. This antebellum estate is often dubbed one of America's most haunted homes. The ghost of a former enslaved woman named Chloe is said to roam the grounds, forever bound to the place of her torment. Mirrors are said to hold the faces of the departed, and the ghostly cries of children echo through the night. The history of the Myrtles Plantation is a dark tapestry woven with tales of betrayal, murder, and spectral sightings. Each of these places holds its own eerie tale, etched into their very walls. From the unsettling occurrences of the Enfield poltergeist, to the haunting echoes of laughter in the Stanley Hotel, to the ghostly apparitions of the Myrtles plantation, each location brims with a chilling narrative that is hard to dismiss. The world is indeed filled with places that serve as doorways to the unknown, where the veil between this life and the next appears to be at its thinnest. Now let's venture to the heart of Silicon Valley, to a mansion filled with mystery and intrigue. In the midst of modern technology and innovation lies a relic of the past, the Winchester Mystery House. This peculiar mansion, with its labyrinthine layout and eccentric design, was built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the famous gun manufacturer. Rumor has it, Sarah was haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. Driven by guilt and fear, she constructed this never-ending maze of a mansion, a home with staircases leading nowhere, doors that open to walls and windows overlooking other rooms. She believed this perplexing architecture would confuse the vengeful spirits that pursued her. Visitors and staff alike have reported sightings of ghostly figures, hearing footsteps in empty halls and doors mysteriously closing on their own. Whether these tales are born of the house's peculiar design or something more spectral remains a mystery. A labyrinth designed to confuse spirits, a monument to the unseen. Our journey doesn't end here. There are more tales to be told. Let's voyage into the uncharted waters of the Queen Mary, a majestic ocean liner turned hotel. The Queen Mary is no stranger to tales of the paranormal. Many guests have reported eerie encounters, from unexplained noises to full apparitions. The most famous of these specters is the Lady in White, a spectral woman seen dancing alone in the ship's ballroom, forever trapped in her last waltz. Moving from the open seas to the heartland of America, we find the Sally House in Atchison, Kansas. This quaint, unassuming home is said to be haunted by a little girl named Sally. The encounters here are far from innocent, with reports of physical attacks, objects moving of their own accord, and terrifying EVP recordings. It's a chilling reminder that not all ghost stories are of the harmless variety. From a house to a prison, our next stop is the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. Once the most famous and expensive prison in the world, it's now a haunting relic of the past. Visitors often recount spectral sightings, phantom footsteps, and chilling whispers in the dead of night. The most notorious specter is thought to be Al Capone, who reportedly was tormented by the ghost of a man he had killed. Lastly, we cross the pond to the Borley Rectory in England, dubbed the most haunted house in England. The rectory has been the epicenter of numerous paranormal events, from the infamous Borley nun to inexplicable writing appearing on the walls. Despite it being torn down in 1944, sightings and strange occurrences continue to this day. From ships to prisons to rectories, it seems no place is free from the reach of the spectral. As our journey through these ghostly tales comes to an end, one might wonder, what lies beyond our perception? Indeed, what we've traversed together is more than just a collection of eerie tales. They are glimpses into the inexplicable, peeks into the realm of the unknown. We've ventured through the spectral halls of the Stanley Hotel, felt the chill in the air at the Winchester Mystery House, and heard the whispers of the past at the Borley Rectory. These stories, these encounters with the spectral and the uncanny, they serve to remind us that there is more to our world than what meets the eye. They are testament to the fact that there are mysteries that defy our understanding, phenomena that challenge our perception of reality. The Bell Witch, the Amityville Horror, the Enfield Poltergeist. These aren't just tales to send shivers down our spines. They are experiences, real experiences of people like you and me, who've come face to face with the otherworldly. They are narratives of the unexplained, the paranormal, the supernatural. They hold a mirror to the human experience, reflecting our fears, our curiosity, our fascination with the unknown. As we part ways today, let's carry these stories with us, not as mere tales of horror, but as reminders that our world is far more complex and intriguing than we often give it credit for. Let's keep an open mind. Let's respect these tales, these experiences for what they are, regardless of our personal beliefs. Remember, It is in the unknown that the greatest adventures lie. It is in the mysteries that the most profound truths are hidden. And it is in the exploration of the inexplicable that we find the most exciting journeys. Until next time, remember, the world is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered. Goodbye and sweet dreams.